Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be. And we're back for episode 25 of our Solo World No Mods playthrough of update 11. This one we're going to do our first iron bars and tools. And the thing is, I happened to realize I'd never needed pottery in order to make the iron bars. Something that I did not catch the first time. If we go looking at the pottery wheel where we need to make the clay molds for the iron bar recipe, gathering. We did not need pottery for this. We need pottery to do the ceramic ones, or the clay pot, or the, the pots, the flower pots for decoration, or the clay, the wet clay, or wet bricks that we use in the kiln. I did not pay enough attention to notice that this is gathering. So we could have been making these all the time. We could have been doing this 2 episodes ago. Shows how much I was paying attention. So we're going to go ahead and make 20 cycles, which is going to get us 80 of these. Half of them are going to disappear with each cycle of iron that we make, so we're going to need to keep replacing them whenever we make. See, if we do this, it requires 6, but we're only going to get back 3. Same thing happens with copper and gold. And of course, this is why eventually you want to have this upgrade to get 50% reduction in cost and 50% reduction in craft time of any smelting recipe on this entity, this crafting table. Anything else we do while that module's in is at 45 and 45. So we do really want to start getting our modules going. But, so what we need is iron. We need to go storage. We need to find this one so we can pull from here. And we will go ahead and put it... Oh, we'll put it back in that one. And over here we don't have anything pulling clay, so we'll pull from here and drop it here. And I guess we'll also pull from here because we got more clay. So now this will kick on once we have the molds, have 6 molds. I believe, we haven't queued it up, so we're going to need to make an anvil, which takes 12 bars. So we need to do at least 2, and each tool takes 12. Was it 12 bars? I don't know. We're definitely going to need to make a lot. So we might as well go ahead and do our 16. We'll do 15. We'll go ahead and do 15. It's not quite all of our concentrate, but we're going to do 15. So that'll get us 90 bars. And once that's done, we'll make an anvil. We'll go and find, was that 10 hewn logs? I'm hoping I didn't just mess up the last alright, that'll get the anvil made. Which will get us the recipes for the tools. Trying to decide where I want to go next. Well, let's go see if we messed up our water wheels and our windmills being made by taking those out. So I guess we're on the last one. So obviously not. So this is waiting on that last one to do 30 seconds. Plus, well, the 15 seconds to craft here and the 30 seconds to craft the book. What do we want to do? Trying to decide what I want to do. Because we haven't dug out enough up top. Of course. And it's empty, so we can just pick it up. Run this back and grind it up so we have more fuel for bloomery. Let's throw it in there. Okay, we got enough to run 25, 26, 27. So we'll do 9 here. Here. Come over here and do 9 on this one. Okay, well, we haven't done move that over there, so as soon as it gets another craft of iron, that'll make pottery was under here, and we have not done the book yet, so we can do that, learn it, move this over here, that goes there. Let's see if we can find a chest that, or someplace so we can throw that. No, we did not. Wait, yeah, we do. We throw this up here. Okay, it doesn't go in there. Where do I want to put it? Now let's move that there. And then we'll just go ahead and throw those up there. I honestly just don't know what I feel like doing. All of a sudden I'm not feeling the game right now to do this episode. Alright, the anvil's being made. Of course we broke that shovel. Food. Yeah, let's disengage ourselves from the cart because we hit a freaking wall. Of course, oh, we hit limestone. So who needs sweeping hand when you can just go like this, go back and forth, and holding E and pick up everything really quick? Okay, so he's gonna be dug out. 5 high. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means these 2 limestone need to come out. And then we need to dig out that dirt up there. Now, if we wanted to, we could stick another... Why is that one not... What's it blocked by? Desert sand. We gotta go one more in. 2, 3, 4. Yep. Alright, there'll be the next one. We just keep doing this, digging up, tossing in, digging up, tossing it in. And then we could sort it if we really wanted to. So, you know, we could take all this dirt and throw it over here. We could take this sandstone, throw it over here. Take this little bit of limestone, throw it down here. It gives all sand in that one. We can throw all the sand up there. Throw that in there. Throw this clay down here. That throws that sand up there. So that's 88. That's 109. Those are all trashable. Let's make sure the stockpile's checked. Yes. So we go to trash tool. Not on here, so let's take these up to the workbench. Storage. Scrap tool. 3. So scrap those 3. Alright, so I really don't know what I want to do. The anvil's done. So the problem right now is that This room is only a volume of 94, and we currently are using 74 of it. So there's one thing we could do. Because we really don't want to, because we've got power in there. We don't really want to waste it. Let's do 8. Can't do that yet because it's pottery 8. Or pottery 3. So until we get pottery 3, we can't do that. So wet brick it is. But we don't have the wood mold, so we can't do those. The only thing we could do is keep making more clay molds. And honestly, we could take these and throw them into this chest here. Storage. Throw them in there. Take this and throw it all the way to the top. We put that in here for now. The grindstones in here. So this one's going to take 18 meters. That's going to take 18 meters. So we need another 36 meters. Or we go ahead and pick this up because it is a 18 meter. We need to open up that mold again, so take this, bring it up here, up to the top, bring this up, that one gets collapsed, that one gets collapsed, that one gets collapsed, that gets collapsed. So we can pull from here, put into here. Let's move that down. Let's move that over there. Got to move all the crushed coal out of here. Move that sand out of here. Drop that up there, and then we have this one that we can send up this way. Don't need that. Wet bricks is going to be sand, clay, and wood mold. So no more mortar. Used to be mortar. Now it's the clay. Or now it's sand instead of mortar. So the key is to get wooden molds, which is going to be at a carpentry table doing wood boards and nails, and we don't have nails until we get the anvil up. Same with the grindstone, we need that up in order to make the tools themselves. And the area that's going to get pulled up first is this basalt, so we can make that room bigger right in that area. Because like I said, I eventually want to bring those other stockpiles up there down to this level or below it. Trying to decide what I want to do next. Okay, let's go ahead and make some more clay molds. This is... well, it's gathering, so it's not going to mean squat. It's just going to add to this, which is actually a good thing. So, what do we got? We got basically 9,000 XP. And we're going to get 70 per. So if we do 100, that's going to be 7,000. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do 100. Need food. We do have the cart over here, so we should be able to reach our food. Now we'll use up some more clay, get our plenty of molds built up. We're making iron. Trying to say what I want to do. Alright, where are we here? We want to end up going that direction. So we get underneath the house. So we really did not want to do that. What we want to do is we want to take these stockpiles, put them on us. We want to take these, go ahead and throw them on us. And then we want to take all this sand and throw it back in that one. Take this extra sand and throw it in that one. This one, I'm just going to throw this all over here. Let's pick this up. So yeah, if we dig through here, we get close enough to pull these two stockpiles down. like I said, I wanted to eventually have a flax field above the house. So start throwing that in there since that other stockpile's full of sandstone. Clay, clay, clay. Food. Like I said, more menial tasks. So we got our iron. We just need to be able to put our anvil and grindstone in there. So in 15 minutes we'll pull this table up and replace it with the other one. Damn. I need water. But I'll get water in a little bit. Trying to decide if I want to go ahead and grind this up now or what I want to do. Oh wait, that's still stuff that's already still in place. I was like, wait a minute, what? So 1, 2, 3. We gotta go one more if we're gonna put another stockpile down. The thing is, ooh, we can. Okay, that's good. Alright, so if we keep digging, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gotta go at least 10 more tiles in order to pull these down. It's 3, 4, 5. Yep, right there. So we'll be able to reach these from this stockpile underneath. As long as it's not too deep. Alright, so now we just need to dig the rest of that out to where we have it dug in, and then we can place a stockpile and come backwards. And honestly, if we're going to do it, we're going to start from the far end and work our way back this way. We stick the stockpile, and then the next one we just throw that other stuff back down in. So we'll start here. That's limestone. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of just screwing off until the clay molds get done. Alright, so the rest. Of what's back there is limestone. Of course we're hungry. And we just trapped ourselves. Since we can't pick anything up because we're too damn hungry and we have no food on us, there's a way to get out of this. Just kind of cheating, but it kicked us to the surface. Seven. Alright, get these picked up and then we'll place a stockpile and then we can start digging out the rest of this. Or we can actually pull all that down. So we can reach our wooden cart from here, we just can't reach anything else. So since we can reach the wooden cart, We could actually go and throw all of this down below. It gets rid of one stockpile up above. We'll throw this in here. Go ahead and throw this wood in here. Oh, can't. Alright, we'll throw that in there. We'll throw the dowel rods in there. Alright, so we got... Gonna need more lumber anyway, or more hewn logs. So we might as well come up here and just chew up the hewn logs. Let's do 10. And we'll do... $80. I'm not going to pull from there, we'll put them back in here. Although we're going to have to do this in order to do that. Give it some leniency on its weight. Alright, we're going to throw this stuff back up here. Alright, the clay molds are done. So the question is... throw this back in here, bring out the anvil, and we'll bring this out. So that allows us to make other items. I guess it's sharpening tools to sharpen irons. But we have to get blacksmith in order to do that. We could start making nails for the wooden molds. But alright, so here alright, so we gotta get blacksmithing. Need to research blacksmithing. So dendrology advanced, geology advanced, and metallurgic basic. Alright, so we should be able to do that with no problem. The problem is this is... Wait, if that's that... Alright, let's pull this up for now. Alright, before we end this session, we're going to go queue up the blacksmith book. So, blacksmith book is right here. We got that, we got that, we got those, and then we got these. So storage wise, those are before any of these, so those are going to get used for the basics. So let's just go ahead and queue this up. So it used part of these, it used those, it used 10 of these. Well, yeah. It used 10 of these. Or no, that was the 5 generals right here. It used what we need of these, it used what we need of these, and it used the dendrologies. So we'll get our blacksmith book here in 15 minutes, which I'll have finished at the start of the next episode. Because I'm going to call this one here, because this is what we need in order to get our tools, and I'm not going to go another 15 minutes before I can do tools. Not when I'm at an hour on this session already. So the idea, while that's going, let's go down below and see what I mean about pulling that stuff from using the wagon to pull that down. So if I come down here and we jump up here, what we will see down here is all that stuff that we pulled from up above. The mortar, the stone road, and the crushed sandstone. So up here we should have another stockpile we can pick up. So the only thing left is the wood, which we're going to burn through anyway. So next would be either increasing the size of this, or we could increase it over here once we get rid of that. Which will probably bring it this way, because we want to keep it away from these trees that we planted. So we want to try to get them to fall that way. And I can actually protect this from those trees if I really, really want to. I may show that in the next episode, or whenever I decide to go chopping those trees. Because there are ways to prevent trees from crushing crops, if you really want to. So, I will see everyone in episode 26, when we finish our blacksmithing and actually get our tools. And then we will get rid of that basalt. That is down there, that is hindering us from making that room bigger and having all the crafting tables moved down to it. So the idea is get our tools, especially the pickaxe, start taking out this basalt and then increasing this room, because that's what's blocking it, is all this basalt. And probably come out to here and go across 5 and then go back in, and then we'll, once we take out the basalt that's here, we'll put another stockpile right here. So off of the road, eventually this section that I'm standing on will be road, where this stockpile is, but not right now. We'll have this as a 10 wide road at some point, but we'll use it for right now. So the idea is to get rid of the basalt. We'll either turn it into geology pages, probably advanced geologies, or we'll crush it and use it to make more roads. I haven't really decided. So eventually what we want to do is we want to get back here to where this other road is going to be. We'll dig out the basalt that's there so we can lead the road through behind the underneath the backside of the house. So that is our goals for next time, is iron pickaxe and clearing out a bunch of basalt. So I will see everyone in the next episode. Enjoy your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you happen to be, and until next time, good day.